Viewers, the Congress party under Rahul Gandhi's leadership has crossed a line so egregious, so utterly unthinkable that it shakes the very foundations of our democracy. There is a reason I'm saying this. Jairam Ramesh has dared to compare our parliamentary panel, our elected representatives, to terrorists. Yes, terrorists. Let that sink in, viewers. This is not a mere slip of tongue. This is an unforgivable assault on the soul of our democracy. And to think this comes just a day after Congress turned on its own, viciously attacking Shashi Tharoor with venomous name-calling. Viewers, our parliamentary panels and our MPs are not terrorists. Our MPs, they argue, they debate, they scrutinize, all to ensure that voice of every Indian is heard. This is the grind of democracy, the sacred machinery that keeps our nation moving forward every single minute. But Congress party has the audacity to equate them to terrorists, to monsters who plant bombs, spread fear, and tear families apart. Viewers, Congress must know terrorists thrive on chaos, on destruction, on silencing the innocent. Our MPs, flawed as they may be, stand in the light of accountability, viewers. They are bound by the Constitution and trusted by millions to build a stronger India. They carry the dreams of more than 1 billion souls to Parliament. And to compare them to those who seek to burn our nation is an insult of every voter, viewers, every citizen who believes in the promise of India. It's an attack on the idea of India. A parliamentarian is elected by the people to represent their interests and shape laws, while a terrorist operates outside any democratic mandate, seeking to impose fear through violence. A parliamentarian debates policies in the open, is accountable to the public, you and me, the Constitution, but a terrorist conspires in secrecy, viewers, is answerable to no one but their destructive ideology. A parliamentarian works to build a stronger nation through legislation and dialogue, while a terrorist aims to destroy countries with acts of chaos and bloodshed. Viewers, a parliamentarian carries the hopes of millions, addressing issues like healthcare, education, what have you. A terrorist carries weapons to target innocent lives to disrupt peace. Viewers, a parliamentarian upholds the rule of law, striving to strengthen democratic institutions. A terrorist defies all laws, seeks to dismantle the very fabric of governance. Viewers, a parliamentarian engages in constructive criticism to improve policies. You can agree or disagree, but that's what they do. A terrorist uses weapons and terror to silence opposition and instill fear. A parliamentarian serves voters, listening to their struggles and aspirations, while a terrorist preys on the people, exploiting fear for their own ends. A parliamentarian fights to look for solutions for the common good. A terrorist plots in isolation to create division and destruction. A parliamentarian's legacy is measured by their contribution to nation building or nation's progress. A terrorist legacy is one of pain, loss, and bloodshed. I just want to say this to the Congress party. Shashi Tharoor is not a terrorist. Manish Tiwari is not a terrorist. Asaduddin Owaisi is not a terrorist. Ghulam Nabi Azad is not a terrorist. Ravi Shankar Prasad is not a terrorist. Priyanka Chaturvedi is not a terrorist. Abhishek Banerjee is not a terrorist. Salman Khurshid is not a terrorist. Basuri Swaraj is not a terrorist. Tejasvi Surya is not a terrorist. Kani Moi is not a terrorist. Supriya Sule is not a terrorist. Anurag Thakur is not a terrorist. Viewers, if the Congress party does not get this difference between a member of parliament and a terrorist, then I don't know what to say. I'm leaving it to you. You can judge and decide.
Mind that he goes and worships Mr. Modi. He has been trying to. In fact, he deserves to be declared as a spokesperson of BJP.
एक महीना हो गया, 22 अप्रैल को पहलगाम की क्रूर घटना आतंकवाद हमला हुआ था। आज भी वो आतंकवादी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं। हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं। हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं.
Did you hear that? Jairam Ramesh. Let's open this up. Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Tehseen Poonawalla, Ravi Srivastav, Advocate Kapil Madan, Anish Gawande, national spokesperson of the NCP, Sharad Pawar faction, and Dr. Anand Ranganathan completes this panel. Tehseen, what do you make of this comment by one of your own?
Pranesh, good evening. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Good evening to my fellow panelists and to all your viewers. There is only one aspect that I would like to put forward. When we get the privilege and the honor to represent Ma Bharati internationally as representatives, we don't go as congressmen or BJP leaders. We don't go as somebody from Maharashtra or Manipur, as somebody from Delhi or Kerala. We only go as children of Ma Bharati under the tricolor. And what these MPs are doing is putting forward to the world something that India did, Operation Sindoor, phenomenally well, making DGMO Pakistan crawl out of his hole like a cockroach and beg for forgiveness. And India is doing a world a favor by sending the Pakistani-sponsored terrorists to the 72 hoods, because if we don't end them, tomorrow these terrorists will attack Europe and America. Remember, 9/11 America came down to its knees because of 11 men. The leader of those 11 men was found in Pakistan. So these MPs are doing humanity a service. That's the first point. The second and more pertinent point, I think all of us are forgetting that there is no India-Pakistan conflict. This happened because in Pahalgam, 26 Indians, based on religion, their names were checked, IDs were checked, they were forced to say the kalma, their pants were checked, and they were shot dead in the head. This was the greatest crime against humanity, and this came after Asim Muni's hate speech, bigoted speech. And this must go across the world. So these MPs are doing India a favor, they're doing the world a favor, and right now we need to stand by these members of parliament.
Right now, so after they come back...
There are, in a democracy, there are questions to ask, legitimately. And Pranesh, you give me that...
1 minute. Well, you can't compare
right, I agree.
Parliamentarians to terrorists.
I agree. And therefore, Pranesh,
I come on but there.
Exactly. I come on your show. I'm very critical of the government. You give me that opportunity. In a democracy, we must put the government on the mat. But there are ways of doing it. There is a time of doing it.
Do you agree with this comment?
What comment?
Jairam Ramesh's comment, sir.
I only think that the members of parliament are doing a phenomenal job and the entire country is behind them. So, totally.
You see, I mean, you don't want to be branded as the super spokesperson of the BJP, so you're not taking a position.
I have lots of questions of the BJP, but I will ask those
but here's a direct
right
question. This is not about BJP. This is about a terrorist and a member of parliament. Where is the confusion, Tehseen? Say that Jairam Ramesh is wrong.
I am, again, making it extremely clear. What these members of parliament across party lines and across states and linguistic divisions are doing is a favor to the world.
Question.
Anyone else, any other comment is unwarranted. They are right now serving our nation and we have to stand by them.
So, you are a BJP spokesperson. अभी super category अभी नहीं पहुंचे. Unwarranted तक ये.
अच्छा, there's a category. So, Tharur than super.
I don't know. Your people are making the category. Let's bring in Kapil Madan. Dr. Ranganathan, you'll have to wait for your turn, sir. ये हिसाब से आएंगे. Kapil Madan, do you agree with this?
I heard yes, allow me to respond, Pranesh. I heard your opening remarks very patiently, and you made a very critical and a very important point when you said that all these the MPs, parliamentarians have duty to represent. They are the voice of more than 140 crores people, and I totally agree with you that should be the intent, and that's what they are supposed to do. But having said that, let me ask one question here. When the opposition seeks a special session of parliament, which is for our citizens, wherein they can have a discussion of what went wrong, how did we reacted, what did we achieve. Now tell me something, what is it that the government is not able to call that special session, and rather the government has chosen to send our MPs outside in different countries, and they are, sending the message of the government, and they're trying to expose Pakistan. I am not questioning that. But my question is that if the intent is that they are representing 140 crores people, then why is it that the government is so reluctant to call for a special session?
Kapil Madan, I am asking you a simple question. 1 minute. Is there a difference between a terrorist and a member of parliament?
Let me just respond. So, Pranesh, you also agree with me. We both agree on this aspect that there is no reason not to have a special session, and our parliamentary.
कपिल मदान, आपको सवाल समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि स्पेशल सेशन पे सवाल ही नहीं है. सवाल पूछ रहा हूं. Is there a difference between? No, 1 minute. Is there a difference between one Burhan Wani and Shashi Tharoor? और आसान कर दिया आपके लिए, बताइए.
I think you're trying to conflate two completely, different statement made in a completely different context.
What was the context here? Okay, tell me the context.
Hold on. What he was saying that our parliamentarians have gone outside because it is a,
He was saying terrorists are roaming, our parliamentary panel is roaming. That is what he said. If you haven't heard, rewind it on your phone, listen to it again. I don't have all the time in the world to keep playing that one clip again and again. Let's bring in Ravi Srivastava. Ravi Srivastava, आप डिफरेंस बता दीजिए आज सबको. क्या है सर, एक आतंकवादी में और एक पार्लियामेंट के सदस्य में क्या डिफरेंस है?
Once again, you are trying to make a narrative. Both the things are totally different. He has talked in different context. That parliamentarians have gone abroad for presenting the side of the government of India. That they do not belong to any particular political party. They are representatives of the government. And they are doing the job which they have been assigned. Now, as far as the terrorists are concerned, the terrorists are roaming free. It's a failure of the government, the failure of the intelligence agencies, the failure on the part of this entire nation, that those 4 people who did multiple strikes in last 18 months are roaming free, and we are not able to do anything.
So because we haven't caught them yet, you compare them to our MPs. That is what you're saying. Anish Davande, Anish, the last time you were on the panel, many things were said about you, all good things. You have to live up to that expectation. What do you think of this comment by Jairam Ramesh? We are all fond of Anish, which is why he's here.
Phenomenal. He's an asset.
Pranesh, I think this is. We're all fond of Anish. I'm overwhelmed with kindness. As long as the BJP spokespersons today don't praise me, I will be fine. But Pranesh, I'll be quite honest with you. As someone who saw what Mr. Ramesh said on your show just now, I don't think he really meant to compare MPs to terrorists. And I think we do ourselves a disservice if we draw ourselves down to this level of debate. Operation Sindoor was a moment of unity. For the first time, an all-party meeting called by the government affirmed that the opposition stands united behind the government. For the first time in a very long time, opposition MPs came together and represented India on the world stage and went to the corners of the world to showcase that India stands united against terror. Now, there are many other examples that I can bring here. There's a BJP MP who said that the brave women and daughters who lost their husbands and their fathers are cowards. But should we deign that with importance? There are BJP ministers who said that Colonel Sofia Qureshi is the sister of terrorists.
The comments that you're talking about have all been condemned. Now imagine if someone from the BJP said that, look, this person did not mean this, or the context was different. Would you not be offended? I would be.
No, but Pranesh, I think we're demeaning our debate by getting engaged in this tutu meme.
No, this is not tutu meme. You see, this is about a mindset, Anish. This is not tutu meme. I mean, this is not some, ordinary off-the-cuff remark. There's a pattern to this. Rahul Gandhi says, let's fight the Indian state. And then you have, comments like this. Indian state बोल दिया साहब ने, अब हम ये बोलेंगे. प्रदीप भंडारी, opposition बोल रही है कि इसमें context है. He did not mean it. ये innocent comment है.
Well, there is a very famous saying that a nation can survive some fools, it can even survive ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. What Jairam Ramesh has done is purely anti-national and characteristic. please say you should in fact condemn what the respected member of parliament, even though from our party, and we've also done that. But Mr. Ramesh has equated member of parliament who's represented India abroad, taking forward the Indian narrative. It's not the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Congress narrative. It's the Indian narrative, Pranesh, akin to terrorist. This is exactly how a member from a terror group like Hafiz Saeed would speak. I for once was shocked to listen to Mr. Ramesh. And then I realized that there are urban Naxals in this country who had backed Naxalism, who had given soft support to Burhan Wani by calling him a poor headmaster's son. So I'm not surprised. And if you see that the intent of the Congress party was correct, Pranesh, then they would have sacked Udit Raj. But they have backed Udit Raj and gone against Shashi Tharoor, which means that what Mr. Ramesh has said is not off-the-cuff remark. It is absolutely conscious, it is deliberate, and it was made with a design, because Rahul Gandhi has always backed individuals who have taken a pro-Pak line. Earlier, they used to ask proof of surgical strike. Now they could not do so. This is what they are doing in a repackaged format. Please tell me and name me a single Congress leader who has gone against the country, has been demoted by Rahul Gandhi. You recall what Sam Pitroda had said, that some people in this country look like Chinese and others. Was Sam Pitroda revoked? No. He was reinstated after the elections. Has Udit Raj been sacked? No. But they've gone against Shashi Tharoor because he's taken an India first line. So I am not surprised. All of this is directed by Rahul Gandhi, supported by Rahul Gandhi, and completely scripted by Rahul Gandhi. And if I'm wrong, then Mr. Ramesh should be suspended and Mr. Udit Raj should be sacked. But it will not happen, because when your leader Rahul Gandhi stands is backed by Pannu, stands with Ilan Umar, says that you don't need the Indian army, did not conduct a single surgical strike after 26/11 and absolved Pakistan, this is what will happen.
Okay. Dr. Ranganathan, how do you see this? This comparison, reference, context, everything that we've heard so far?
Good evening, Pranesh, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Pehle to let me congratulate the proud dad, Tehseen, and let me remind him that there is a long line for people waiting to join the BJP, and he is behind Shashi Tharoor. So please, अपना समय से सब होगा, अपना इंतजार करिएगा, इतनी जल्दी नहीं है. But
तुम समय की बात करोगे, then you'll go on my watch, then ED will come, then I'll have to go to BJP, and that will be breaking news. So we don't go there.
No, but Pranesh, look, the fact of the matter is Congress is making it so obvious that the only entity more terrorized and frightened by Modi than Pakistan is actually Congress. But on a serious side, credence is given to any man's utterances only after knowing his antecedents. Is that not true? And over the last decade and a half, we have seen Jairam Ramesh for what he is. Industrial scale liar and a hypocrite. If you believe in Jairam Ramesh honestly, then you are one who rubs his nails every morning to cure baldness. Are you? Nahi na? Thank God. God knows. Every time he opens his mouth, a cop shoots up from the pyre somewhere to search for more wood to expedite the process. Utha le baba, utha le. His intellect shines like carbon paper in a coal mine. This guy is special. I mean, this is the same guy, Pranesh, I'm not joking, who once went to the most contaminated industrial site in the world, the Union Carbide plant in Bhopal, and picked up a fistful of soil and said, and I quote him now, I am holding the Bhopal Union Carbide waste in my hand and I am still alive. He's the same guy who thought if he could keep on repeating the lie that Ambani was given 30,000 crores and all the Rafale offsets, he would be able to hide the fact that Ambani was given only 850 crores and that the offsets were distributed among 72 companies, HAL included. And recently, there is no other phrase for it, this male au pair of Rahul Gandhi was denigrating Adani Enterprises and crying Adani was steeped in corruption without disclosing that erstwhile Congress-ruled states like Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan are still heavily invested in Adani to the tune of upwards of 85,000 crores. He is the guy who criticized Modi for constructing a new parliament building when he was the one who demanded that a new parliament building be constructed. He is the guy who said electoral bonds are the biggest scam in the world and then refused to answer why the Congress garnered 600 crores through them. He is the guy who criticized Modi for bringing in the 3 farm laws when he was the one who was in the committee for making the Congress 2019 manifesto that promised these very 3 farm laws verbatim. He is the guy who, along with Montek Singh Ahluwalia, backed Manmohan Singh and formulated the new pension scheme and junked the old pension scheme and was then promising to junk the new pension scheme and bring back the old pension scheme in Rajasthan after having done it in Himachal Pradesh, nearly bankrupting the state. This is the problem with him. He is, again, I haven't even come to the EVM. Every time Congress loses an election, he is the one who says EVMs are at fault. But every time Congress wins it, he says there is nothing wrong. Hypocrisy runs in his veins. Please understand. Thankfully, it is hypocrisy and not something worse. Considering his disheveled Botox gone wrong Manishankar Iyer look, that gives the impression that he's returning from rehab. No, but the fact of the matter is, let us not concentrate on what these Congressies are saying. Let us concentrate on what the new BJP recruit Tehseen Poonawalla is saying.
क्या कर रहे हो?
वो बॉर्डर पे अभी
कोई border पे नहीं हूँ.
कपिल मदान उनको जाने नहीं देंगे. Kapil, but I want to play out, listen to Jairam Ramesh once. एक बार सुन लीजिए. Maybe आपने जो version सुना होगा वो शायद कुछ अलग होगा. Just listen to Jairam Ramesh.
I don't mind that he goes and worships Mr. Modi. He has been trying to. In fact, he deserves to be declared as a spokesperson of BJP.
एक महीना हो गया. 22 अप्रैल को पहलगाम की क्रूर घटना आतंकवाद हमला हुआ था. आज भी वो आतंकवादी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं. हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं. हमारे सांसद भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं और आतंकवादी भी यहाँ वहाँ घूम रहे हैं.
सुना दिस रेटोरिकल फ्लरिश, द चर्चिलियन फ्लरिश. आतंकवादी भी घूम रहे हैं और हमारे एमपीज भी घूम रहे हैं. इसका क्या मतलब होता है?
Now, इसका मतलब सिर्फ यही होता है, you're just trying to give it a completely different context. What he is trying to say is that we are not able to catch hold of the terrorist, and our MPs are on a delegation outside the countries, and they are exposing Pakistan. So that's the only thing.
Okay, कपिल मदान, ठीक है. अगर मैं आपकी बात मान लूं, अभी आपने बोला our MPs are exposing Pakistan, then why are you calling BJP super spokesperson? शशि थरूर तो क्यों बोल रहे हैं शशि थरूर इज अ सुपर स्पोक्सपर्सन ऑफ द बीजेपी? आप बताइए.
I don't agree with that. I don't subscribe to that. I am not, supporting that statement. And let's be very honest. When Mr. Tharoor
another entrant, Dr. Ranganathan, another entrant. ये अब एक और अब प्रदीप अब क्या करें competition?
It will not be on Pranesh. They will name your show as a conversion show.
नहीं मेरे को दूर रखो इससे भैया, कन्वर्शन से दूर रखो.
Mr. Ranganathan and Pranesh are the culprit here.
मुझे मत लपेटिए. बट देखिए वो तहसीन कुछ बोल रहे हैं, वो कपिल मदान कुछ बोल रहे हैं.
I'll tell you why. Because all of them at heart are not able to justify and defend Jairam Ramesh. So they are trying to move here and there. I will believe Kapil Madan for an instance if I would not have seen this video of Hafiz Saeed who's saying that he has done guftagu with the Congress.
बात करने वाले भी मौजूद. अभी देखिए कांग्रेस में जो गुफ्तगू हुई है.
So this is Hafiz Saeed saying कि कांग्रेस में गुफ्तगू हुई है. Had it not I seen this video, or if the Congress party's antecedents were not such anti-national, I would have given benefit of doubt to Jairam Ramesh. And in fact, my dear friend Anish, who's asking for a special session, he should recall and remember Sharad Pawarji's statement few days back. And he should also understand a certain amount of...
No, he is not asking for a special session.
There is his friend
Alliance,
of the Congress party, Alliance. All of them are together. So I give Anish the benefit of doubt. But all of them are asking for a special session. Today, the Prime Minister said the Operation Sindoor is ongoing. So we do not want Mr. Ramesh, what he did today, to do it in the parliament. So till the time the Congress party gets Mr. Ramesh in order, I think they should stop asking for a special session.
रवि श्रीवास्तव, देखिए तहसीन पूनावाला और कपिल मदान ने वो क्वालिफाई कर लिया है सर, प्रीलिम्स क्वालिफाई कर लिया इन्होंने. सुपर बीजेपी स्पोक्सपर्सन का फर्स्ट राउंड इन्होंने क्लियर कर लिया है.
आप दोनों जो हैं वो दोनों जजेस हैं और इंटरव्यूअर हैं. यूपीएससी उसके मेंस के अंदर भी आप लोग बैठेंगे, आप और रंगनाथन जी, और आप ही इंटरव्यू देके मार्क्स देंगे. ये कहना चाह रहे हैं आप?
ये प्रदीप को टेंशन हो रहा है कि बढ़ जाएंगे स्पोक्सपर्सन.
हर राष्ट्रवादी व्यक्ति कहीं से भी जो है, जो राष्ट्र की सेवा करना चाहता है वो भाजपा में आएगा, जो पाकिस्तान की सेवा करना चाहता है वो कांग्रेस में.
वो राष्ट्रवादी हैं तो अनिश गवांडे भी तो राष्ट्रवादी हैं. वो शरद फैक्शन है लेकिन राष्ट्रवादी वो भी हैं, उनको भी ले लीजिए.
But more seriously, Supriya is representing India.
So by that logic, Congress is also insulting Supriya Sule because she said the same thing. Yeah, Dr. Ranganathan saying something. Yes.
देखिए, लेट्स गेट सीरियस आउट हियर। आई थिंक 10 साल से लोग कहते आ रहे हैं कि मोदी जी ने बहुत सारे मास्टर स्ट्रोक करे हैं, बट आज मैं पहली बार मान रहा हूं कि ये ऑपोजिशन पार्टी से लोगों को ले जाना और ऑल पार्टी बनाना, ये एक्चुअली मास्टर स्ट्रोक है। ये बीजेपी पीछे खड़े होके ये पूरे उससे झरोके से झांक के देख रहे हैं, ये आपस में जो लड़ रहे हैं। बट कैन आई गेट सीरियस? Let us imagine if Congress during the UPA had constituted an all party meeting after 26/11 to go around the world, this delegation, and to say that this is Pakistan is doing, what would they have said? I'll tell you what they would have said. They would have said that our Air Force chief begged the then Prime Minister to strike the terror hubs in Pakistan, and I'm sorry, the Prime Minister said, no, we are not going to do it. I'll tell you what they would have said. They would have said that our Prime Minister went to Sharm el-Sheikh and Pakistan demanded that Balochistan be included in there, and India would say we are not going to foment any trouble in Balochistan, and our Prime Minister said, all right, we'll insert this. ये बोलते हैं ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशन वाले लोग। दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम। कांग्रेस में बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं, तहसीन है यहाँ पे, कपिल है, और भी बहुत सारे हैं, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम इज whenever they open their mouth, they are either relegated or they're never made spokespersons.
Or maybe they say the right thing when they're not in the party. I don't know. Ravi Srivastav?
BJP does not need enemies from outside unless they have got their own people. Whether it is Jagdish Devana, whether it is Vijay Shah, whether it is R.S. Patania, the MLA of Rampuri
has not said
said
anything
today
wrong.
that Air Force is nalayak. You should be ashamed
anything wrong.
of a particular party's representative spokesperson here who should hear such word. They said they were sleeping in
Let
the
him speak, then you
night,
answer.
and this is what happened. Mr. R.S. Patania, have you sacked him? Did you sack Vijay Shah? Did you sack Devana? Did you sack Jangla? This is the kind of
Achha,
people
Ravi
you
Srivastav,
have.
wait a minute.
You
ये जो
don't
आप, no,
need
1 minute, sir. This test that you are setting up for the BJP spokesperson, you will have to walk the talk. If Pradeep Bhandari here condemns these people, you will at least, at the very least, you will have to take a position and condemn this, comparison between MPs and terrorists. Are you willing to do that, Pradeep?
I definitely condemn what Mr. Vijay Shah has said. We've condemned that as a party. What the Jammu person has said, we've distanced itself. But in the case of Mr. Deora, the court has said that his statements were twisted. But when I'm condemning what Mr. Vijay Shah has said, and there is an SIT of the Supreme Court which is hearing the matter, let the Supreme Court decide. We will follow the Supreme Court. Can they apply the same test and principle in case of Ram Gopal Yadav and Jairam Ramesh and Udit Raj? Can he at bare minimum condemn it?
No, I get him to respond to it, but Pradeep, you see, the Supreme Court inquiry does not stop the party from taking action. You can, I don't know what is stopping the BJP.
No, nothing is stopping us, but when the Supreme Court is hearing, if the Supreme Court gives a very strict punishment, we will abide by it. We respect all the organs of the, whether it is judiciary, executive and us. So we are looking into the matter. We've distanced ourselves from that. The respected member has also justified, but there is no amount of justification which can agree with what he has said.
Okay.
But my point is simple. You question us, you have the right to question. You condemn that statement, you have the right to condemn it. But with the same test and parameter we applied for Jairam Ramesh, who's equating to a terrorist. Mind you, equating a member of parliament who's representing India to a terrorist.
Let's start with Tehseen. Tehseen, will you condemn it?
On which one? Both?
Yeah, your wish, both?
I think in both cases, I think people should learn to rein in and not make statements that are misconstrued in any case. But definitely the statement made by the BJP minister was wrong, and the BJP does not have to wait for the courts.
This statement is not wrong.
You know, I honestly believe that the Congress was the original nationalist party and it should go back to its roots of being the nationalist party. I believe that very firmly.
If the BJP mantri is wrong, how's this comment not wrong?
I'm again telling you very categorically, no statements should be out of turn when our MPs
So why can't you use the word wrong? Why can't you?
It is. I don't agree with the statement. I think nothing of this sort, because there are a plethora of MPs from all parties representing India. We should have no statements of pulling them back or saying that they're not doing a job. They are duty bound to represent India.
And do you agree with what Bhandari says, or when BJP says that this is being done at the behest of Rahul Gandhi?
No, Rahul's a patriot. He's lost his family and is martyred. His family is being martyred for this country. Rahul Gandhi is a patriot for...
details.
See, Pradeep, let me just get one thing. As leader of opposition, he should know about things, and I think
No, he should know about it in private, my dear
just 10
friend.
seconds.
Please
So
go.
my suggestion to Rahul ji is maybe he can speak with the NSA, or he could go meet the Prime Minister and have the NSA and the three chiefs brief him. I think that would serve him and the nation well. That's my advice to him.
Okay, but Tehseen, you know, when the leader of opposition or the respected leader of opposition uses terms like Mukhbir or JJ is his coinage. Is that right?
I don't. I think no person who takes an oath on the Constitution of India will ever be disloyal to India. I'm very clear on that. And I
That's
think
not my question. I'm not questioning anyone's
applies for
loyalty.
everybody from Nehru ji till today. Nobody.
That's not my question.
Hindsight's
Why are you
always
shying away from
2020.
taking a position?
I'm very clear on it. No person who takes an oath on the Constitution of India does this service to our nation. Hindsight is always 2020. There can always be things you could have done differently or better, but nobody willfully will put
you're not
India down.
taking
I'm
position.
very
Okay.
categorical on this. Not even the BJP, not even the
Don't
Congress.
question Rahul Gandhi, Pradeep. That
on
is
your
what Tehseen is
show,
saying.
I have categorically taken a stand, called a spade a state. Unfortunately, the Congress representatives cannot. I definitely will question the patriotism of Rahul Gandhi, a man who was seen partying after 26/11, a man under whose government after 26/11 they called Pakistani-backed terror as RSS ki sajish. I will definitely question the patriotism of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, who gifted POK to Pakistan and Aksai Chin to China. I will definitely question the patriotism of Indira Gandhi, who after 2 months of smiling Buddha was agreeing to give nuclear technology to Pakistan. And I will definitely question the patriotism of Rajiv Gandhi, who was speaking about nuclear disarmament when China was already having nuclear weapons and Pakistan
Okay, let's
was
get a
enriching
quick
nuclear.
response from Kapil Madar. Yes, Kapil.
So, I mean, I don't know, from where, Pradeep is trying to bring these kind of facts, which is totally disconnected. So
No, Pranesh, I will apologize on your show if any statement which I have said here is not factual. No, I want to make a solemn declaration on your
Allow
show.
me to complete.
No, you made a personal statement.
Let him answer.
But please challenge me on the fact, prove me wrong and I will apologize.
Okay.
Otherwise, you apologize.
Okay, let him speak.
So let me just remind my good friend Pradeep here. Mr. Amit Shah on the floor of the parliament has referred to our previous conflicts with Pakistan. I've said if there was no ceasefire, we would have got POK. Now I ask the same question here. While he want to pick up, something here from something there from the history, he don't want to talk about the present, where the present is, what we are seeing is there are statements by the American president on record that he has used trade and basis that there is a ceasefire that has happened. Now, my good friend Pradeep, I don't know whether, Pradeep is in touch with Trump administration or MEA is in touch with because there are different conflicting reports, but no one is calling out President Trump to say, no, Mr. Trump, we have not used any kind of, trade to do this kind of a ceasefire.
The government has clarified. Kapil Madan, are you not in the know? Sir, thoda.
You only understand
Yep.
Chinese, Pakistani.
MEA has clarified. अब और किसका clarification चाहिए आपको?
Let him say it on the channel that Trump on record is making false statements.
Okay.
Let him say it. Let him say it.
Kapil Bhai, I know you are a party which was founded by AOU, a foreigner, so you will believe in everything foreign. This is not how diplomacy works. A Ministry of External Affairs have categorically said that there is no third country involved, whether it is US or China or any other country. Yeah? No, any other country. No third country is involved.
Okay.
Do you not understand that?
Before we move on, Dr. Ranganathan, quick point.
No, very quickly, look, I have always admired Tehseen and I continue to do so, but he also indulges in time to time in virtue signaling. For example, he says, I can categorically say that whoever has taken an oath of allegiance to our constitution has never betrayed the country. I'll give him 2 examples. Is he aware that Mr. Morarji Desai, ex-congressman and then our prime minister, actually lost a suit where he sued the person who alleged he was a CIA agent? He lost it. Is he aware that in Mitrokin archive, it was not just alleged, it was proven that 40% of Indira Gandhi's cabinet was on the payroll of KGB. So please, I admire you, but let's not brush every traitor under the carpet. That's also wrong.
Okay. Let's shift our attention. I thank some of you for joining us on debate number 1. Viewers, let's move on.